Hi, good morning students. So today we are coming for the next part of file handling. Before this slide I have given you an idea what is file, what are the different operations in a file, what are the functions that are taken inside the file. I think the last part was what are the functions that are taken inside the file. So today we'll start with the different modes of file operation. In the former one we have given that there are some modes. That means if there is a file pointer file star fp and fp equals to, you have to open the file fopen file name .txt and then you are writing the mode. So mode means in which type you open the file. That means in read mode, in write mode, in append mode or anything. So I have given a number of modes for file operation. So first one is R mode. It opens a text file in read mode. W means it opens the file in write mode. A means it opens the file in append mode. Okay, so these are the very simple thing: read, write and append. Now if you want to read and write both at the same time, then you have to use their R plus mode. Okay, then you have to use their R plus mode. If you want to read and if you want to open a text file again for write and read mode, you have to use W plus mode. And second thing is that you can easily say there's R plus and W plus, both of them are same, because you have written here opens the text file in read and write mode is written. In R plus and W plus mode, the difference is that if the file exists, then you can read the file and write something inside the file. But if the file does not exist, then you should have to create the file first, then you have to write something inside the file, right? And in if you want to write the file, that means first you open if the file exists. If the file does not exist, same case for both of them, create the file, then read or write the file, or write inside the file. But in case of if the file exists, for read mode it is okay. If the book exists, you can easily open the book and can read the thing. But if the book exists for write mode, then you have to first delete the item from the file, because all the papers are enlisted in your pockets. You have to remove the file from there, then you can insert the new things inside it or write something inside it. So this is called the R plus mode. If the file exists, then first delete or truncate the things inside the file and then write something inside the file. A plus means A plus is used for, again, read and write mode. It is called append mode. In A plus we generally don't use, we use R plus and W plus up to this one. Okay. Another case are RB and WB. R when you are getting a B in the last, that means you have to read a binary file and you have to write a binary file and you have to append a binary file. All of the things are same for the file. Don't have to think about the binary file because it is really used by us. We generally use this R and W mode to open a file, to read it and write it, or write something inside it. Okay, very less we go for R plus and W plus in read mode or write mode. Okay, so come to the next slide. I am giving you an example that open a file and write and close the file. So first I start the program with hash include std.h and hash include string.h. When I am using string.h, it is quite clear that I am going to use some string functions inside it. So first the program starts with int main. This is the basic category of using or writing a file program also. Inside it I am writing file. File means it is a character constant, fp is a file pointer. So file star fp, and we are using a character data 50. Then we are opening an existing file. Printf, open the existing file. Then if fp equals to, how will I open the file? Fp is the file pointer, equals to fopen, means opening the file. File name .txt or .c, comma, we are writing something inside the file. Now if fp equal to null, that means if the file pointer is pointing to nothing, that means it is an error. So it will return 1, that means it is a false statement. But if, coming to this portion, now if the file exists, that means I will enter something from the keyboard. We are writing while string length gets data, that means we are checking for the string length. We are getting the data and it should be greater than 0. Then we are inserting some data inside it with the file pointer which is pointing to something, and then we are writing inside it. At the end we are closing the file, close fp, this is must. We are opening the file here. Here we are writing fp equals to fopen, and here we are closing the file, close fp. Now whatever you are writing inside the file will be printed on your screen. So opening the file first in the write mode, enter some text. This is how we are getting the output. Enter the text from the keyboard to write inside the file test.c. Suppose you are writing there, hi, how are you? And then you are closing the file. This is opening the file, writing the file. we are not printing anything. Okay, we are just writing inside an empty file, or a file exists, then we are writing something inside it. This is the proforma for open, write and close. Come to the next. Now we want to read the file, what you have written there. So whenever we are writing file star fp, again the same process. Again we are checking that only the difference is that in the first one we have written here fp equals to fopen file name dot c comma w, that means write mode. Here we are writing only read mode, file name dot c. All of the things are same. Again the same case, if fp equal to now file does not exist. Now we want to read the file. So we are using while f get s. F get s means getting the string. You are writing I am a good boy or hey how are you, that means it is a whole string. Instead of taking character by character, it is taking the whole string. So the data that you have asked me, that's what is the buffer here, the data it is comma 50, how many data elements are there, 50 elements are there, comma which is pointed by the file pointer, that means the agent here, it points to all of the things. If this data not equal to null, that means my data exists. Not equal to null means my data exists. If it is equal to null, that means I haven't written anything. So if not equal to null, that means the data exists. Then I will print the data by printing the string. Finally we are closing the file, f close fp. So first we are opening the file test.c in a read mode. Then we are reading the file. Whenever I am going for the reading operation, that means while f get s data fp not equal to null, at that point of time it will take all the whole string in character by character, that means h, a, I, comma, how are you, whatever you have written there in your write mode will be taken in your screen. Then in the end we will close the file, f close fp. This is the basic idea of read and close. Now I'll show you a small screen of how you can run the program in your Ubuntu or Linux, because you have to run the program in the Linux. So first of all I am writing the file, or we are using a write mode, writing a file. If fp f pointer, here I am using file star f pointer, okay, no problem. If fp equals to null, that means there is an error, that means the file does not exist. Else it will print the enter a character from the keyboard. We are taking the character one by one. I have given the characters, okay. Now printf, here I have taken %c comma ampersand character, means the first one character you are giving only, not a whole string. If you want to give the whole string, write there %s, no problem, okay. So after that we are printing the characters. Then we print a %d comma character. That means after writing the code, when you go for gcc space file name dot c and then /a.out, the next screen will come. It will, you have to save whenever you go from gcc, that means it will be saved in this position. That first save it. So when you are saving it, you are giving the file name as program.txt. Okay. Now after that you are clicking the file or opening the file. When you are opening the file, this is the program. printf.c is your program. Printf.c is your program body. Okay. Now whenever you are going for the file, that means you have created a file. If pointer equals to fopen, you are giving the file name. What is the file name? c://program.txt. You want to write it inside the file. So it is getting the path here in the desktop, suppose. So you are giving the location c://program.txt. This is your file. Whatever character or string you are taking from here will be stored inside the file, right? So all of the things are placed inside the file. After that, this is the program, that means the file was created and it is placed inside some characters or anything. Now you open the file, that means cprogram.txt. When you open the file, you have written here a. You have written here a small part which is a, or b, or c. You are taking one by one character. This is the word text file. Here it have written c:/program.txt. It is present in the desktop. So I have written here a. It has gone to the side. You can write there a, b, c, d, 1, 2, 3, 4, anything. After that your job is done. That means you have written something inside the file .txt. Now you are closing the file. After that you are reading the file. There in the first program you have used their fprintf, right? Now you are writing there fscanf, f pointer. Fscanf means you are scanning the function. That means whatever you have written inside the file, you have to show it now. I want to see the file. So you are again writing if pointer equals to fopen, you are writing the same case. If it is not equal to null, then equal to null, then file exists, does not exist. If the file pointer equals to f open, you can write it in an easy way. Instead of writing f pointer equals to f open equal to null, that means the whole thing, you can write if fp equal to null, the file does not exist. Here in this case I have written, you can see, if f pointer equals to null. Instead of writing the whole thing, you can write the simple thing also. Both of them are same. After that, you are scanning the function from the file. fscanf, the file is pointed by f pointer, comma, %c, that means you have taken a character here instead of string. So f %c and ampersand character you are taking. Finally, you are printing the characters on the screen, and at the end you are closing the file pointer, or you are closing the file which is pointed by fp. Done. So this is the use of fscanf. Now what is the output? Now you are going to your very old screen, gcc space filename.c space, I have given here minus or hyphen o space fscanf. That means hyphen o means it is called object file, creating a particular file. That means I am not checking gcc space filename.c and I don't want to search all the file names or all the files inside the C drive or anything. I want to check only the particular file by creating the object. I want to check the particular file from my directory. For this reason, I have used there hyphen o. Object file is created. The name of the object file is fscanf. So if I go to the object file fscanf, then I can easily get my output. So when I am going to .fscanf, it is written the character is, you can see I have written there a. I have taken only a single character, what is present inside the file program.txt. Here it is written the character is program.txt, or in the program.t is a. The character inside the program.txt is a. Now you can see. So this is the particular way of using a file program. Okay, by this way I can run a file program very easily. Okay, so in my further procedures or in my further programs, I will give you how the file programs can be run through these types of screens, this such a graphical user interface, or through any GCC interface. Okay. Now, why we need file? What is the usability of file? First one is reusability. File means if you are preparing any item, or if you want to store any information inside a file, that means you have a channel file, you are storing the papers inside it or your documents inside it. So at any point of time, if you need your Aadhaar card or your PAN card or your voter card, you can easily extract the thing without searching from your whole room, because there is a particular file where the elements are placed. You can easily take it. So reusability is there. Second one is the large storage capacity. File has a large storage capacity. It can be taken in a bulk. Okay, because the file capacity depends on, suppose there are 40 pockets file, there can be also 100 pockets file. There is a channel file in which you can hold more than 90 papers. Okay, so large storage capacity is very much advantage for this file system. Third one is saves time. What I have told you, that you don't have to search for those documents that are placed, the important documents that have in your home. You will take that particular file where the elements are placed and you will search the item from there and you can extract it. Okay, so it saves your time. You can easily access any part of it, and if they are in a index manner, then there is also very good. You can easily search for it. And the last one is portability. If you have a file in your hand, you can easily move from one point to another point. That means in real life example, if you take a file or folder, then you can move from college to room or into any companies when you are going for the interviews. Now come for the computer sciences or the computer things. Suppose you are writing something inside a file, you are naming the file as ECE C programming. Inside the ECE C programming, you are storing all the programs that are given in the module. So at any point of time, you can insert a pen drive, extract the thing, and you can move from any portion into college. If you want to run the program, if you want to go for home, in this quarantine period, you are in home, so you can easily download anything from your college machines and you have taken it in your home. Now you can surf it. You want to download something, download the programs, and then you can also use it in your machines. So these are the usability of or need of file system. So four things are very important. First one is reusability. Third one is large storage capacity. Third one is saves time, and fourth one is the portability. Okay. So stay tuned for my next video for some programs in file. Thank you.